Last episode on sailing Millennial Falcon, we got ourselves back in business with a new laptop, we put the finishing touches on the deck and the hull, we overcame a brief hiccup involving some broken bolts, and after 7 long weeks, we got the Falcon back in the water.
Nothing starts on the second pull. Second pull.
This is our win for the day.
So happy. That'd just be another thing to fix. Ha!
What are we doing?
We're going for a burn. I'm gonna go check out those mangroves, and then we're gonna go pick up the gas bottles. We're gonna do all the heavy lifting that we used to have to do with our legs.
Yeah. I'm also down to my last pair of sunglasses. These are my Elton John sunglasses.
No shortage of sunscreen though, it would seem.
I always forget I'm so white and pasty because obviously I can't see myself. Alright, and there might be so much water in the boat.
Because it rained.
Oh right, okay, it's fine, we're not leaking. Let's go for a burn.
Oh.
Okay, I'll get steered to some of the white too.
Oh, that works.
No.
Yeah.
Do I look less like a geisha?
Yeah, a little bit. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Good fun.
Do I look better?
Much charming. You look like a porcelain doll. Right. Stretch your legs a little. Our first official activity on the water.
Going crazy anymore and we're checking out for the water. That would be just our luck. We'd go flying along and all of a sudden we'd be like boom.
Just run the dinghy, run aground, first 5 minutes.
Exactly. Alright, so we have just said goodbye to everyone. We've packed up the boat, we've done as much as we can here on the docks, and we are finally heading off. At this stage we're only going to go around the corner to a place called Sandy Island. We've been there before, and we're just going to tie up to a mooring ball for the night, and then we're going to set off really early tomorrow and actually try and make some good headway further up north. But for now we are finally getting rid of the dock lines and getting out of this place, I think.
The challenge for us at this point was to make headway towards Dominica to meet Khiara's family for Christmas without overcommitting to a long sail during the Christmas winds prior to a decent shakeout sail.
Quickly! Come on, you're gonna do the splits.
I've forgot how touchy the steering can be. I'm overcorrecting and undercorrecting, and I've lost my steering skill, my knack, yeah.
Casualty report.
How far have we gone?
About 5 miles down the road. The fridge compressor, the belt-driven compressor, is just shaken loose in its bracket. It's making a rattly noise, and one of the wires has fallen loose. Chart plotter has decided to start misbehaving. It's unable to get a position fix, and it's not updating the maps. It's not reading the SD card efficiently. So,
can you please also get a progress report on why you have a report on why you have a red mark on your head?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I've got headbutt at the table. I was vacuuming actually. It's dangerous, that vacuuming business. And I turned and there was a corner of a table there, and I didn't know it was that big if I got an egg.
I think you need some more practice at it.
No, I just throw that away, throw it in. It's not for me.
Got it.
Yay!
So what holds the fridge bracket to the adjustable section is just shaking itself loose, and it's just banging on its own bracket, which would have been wreaking havoc on the alternator and everything else.
What was that?
GPS is working again. Just pulled the plug out, cleaned it, reseated the memory card, and it came back to life.
So you turned it on and off?
Yeah.
Off and on?
Yeah, pretty much. Fridge is fixed. Stuffing box was taking water, which is good. Water's getting through. It was very, very warm though. So what I suspect is that one side was done up slightly more than the other. So I've adjusted it so that it's straight.
So we just finished our chores for the afternoon. We're on a mooring ball at Sandy Island, just off Carriacou. The plan is to...
We decided to make our way from Dominica in a series of short hops to ensure that we were never too far from help should we need it. The first hop was to be the 35-mile journey from Sandy Island to Bequia. After a brief period there, we would make the 50-mile journey to St. Lucia to spend a night under the Pittons. Before then pressing on to Fort de France to stock up on some fancy pants cheese for our guests. Leaving us a mere 63 miles from Portsmouth in Dominica.
Today and tomorrow were the two best days of this week for sailing. Sadly, we got a bit of a slow start, so we're going to make the most of tomorrow and then have 2 days exploring Bequia, and then if the forecast is remotely correct, there's another decent window opening up Sunday, Monday. So we'll take those 2 days to hoof it up to Martinique, and then we'll be a stone's throw from Dominica, where we're picking up Khiara's parents.
We've just pulled up from Coomera on our way to Brisbane Airport.
After that journey from Brisbane to Sydney, and should be a good ride.
So we've just begun part 2 of our shakeout sail. The plan was to leave Sandy Island, where we spent the night, and motor 2 miles towards Hillsborough just to check that the stuffing box is still working. Last night when we arrived it was quite warm, and I suspected that it was misaligned slightly and rubbing on the shaft. I took a spacer gauge last night and checked that that wasn't the case, so we wanted to test why it was getting hot on the way here. I've just gone down and checked on it sort of halfway there, and it is getting warm already, so I suspect that I might have overstuffed it. So we're going to put down a hook in Hillsborough quickly. I'll pull off the cover, pull out one of the braids, and then hopefully that will solve our problem.
Water getting through, just like next to none. It's It's probably overpacked.
So I think what the 5 braids that are in there are pretty snug already, so I'm just leaving it really loose.
I'm gonna let it drip quite a lot, and then I'll sort of zoom, work my way up to it.
Everyone will be very happy to know that I found another pair of sunglasses. So I now have 2 more pairs of sunglasses to wreck.
Having destroyed every one of mine except one, she's still got squirreled away.
They're equally as outrageous.
Elton John like.
Correct. So
we straightened up the bolts on each side of the dog ears and pulled the 2 halves of the stuffing box together. They were a bit pigeon-toed, so we straightened them up and we took 2 braids out, but I didn't have enough clearance, so I decided to put 1 back in, so I had some room to adjust. So we're going to take it for a little run to Union. It's about a 11-mile sail. If it's really hot, like when we arrive, we'll stop and I'll have to investigate further. But if it's just warm, I think just warm is okay. Like it goes through, it's a friction fit. Like it's, it's got a stuffing box, it's rubbing, there's pieces rubbing on each other. So warm is okay. Too hot to touch and a hot shaft, that's not okay. So we'll keep an eye on it, but we can't do any more where we are, so might as well get moving.
Alright, I'm not going to speak too soon, but today might be a bye-bye Grenada day. Grenada in Carriacou. We've been here in total for like 3 months, most of it in the yard. Maybe one day, maybe today we might be leaving. Maybe. I'm not going to call it though. If I call it, Millie will hear me, and then she'll say something. She'll stop it. What have you heard?
Nothing is what I've heard. Small win for the day, despite all of the drama this morning, is that there's no more Jumanji drums. So the cutlass bearing has fixed the problem. It was the cutlass bearing and the new one is working beautifully, so it's quiet. We just did 6.5 knots and it was quiet and smooth and no dramas at all.
Alright, we think we just caught a fish. What do we get?
Barra! Oh, you know what we need to do? We really need to do that bloody...
rum thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at this. It's like... I feel really weird though, because I was kind of like, how much do we want? Cutting it like cheese. It's really strange. But yeah, this sucker is just huge. I think we decided we're just going to cut it there and then just pan fry it, just because we're both freaking hungry and we've arrived in the darkness at about...
Where have we arrived? How far did we go?
We managed to go from Sandy Island all the way up to Bequia, which is in St Vincent's and the Grenadines, and it's about 33 miles up north. So we actually did quite well today. In about 9 hours, I think that was. Yeah, we managed to go 33 miles. There was some highs and some lows, lots of waves at some stage, and then wasn't too bad, but this seems to be quite a good anchorage right now, so I think we're going to have a couple of days off just here. You know, it was really, really stressful that one day of sailing that we just did. I think we need a rest now, okay? So I got some lime mayo and some, kind of turned out to be mushy rice, but some awesome barracuda.
Whoa, it's a bit rolly.
Just a little bit. Hello. Okay, our plan for today. So it's our first day in Bequia.
Would you want to stop bathing for 5 seconds and get the vlog?
Okay. We're just getting ready to go out and explore the place. And then we'll just quickly dive on the anchor before we go, because apparently it's one of these places where you need to kind of check the anchor. And then we're going to go and have a little look around. What is our aim today? My aim personally is to go and find a laundrette, because Carriacou didn't have one, and I've been hoarding so much washing. So that will be my aim today. Your aim?
I don't really have an aim today. Just we've only got a couple of days here. I need to check the weather, so I need to get some Wi-Fi. Just explore, have a nice time, check the place out. I'm considering this like a recon trip, because we sort of have to be in Dominica in about 7 days.
Dominica?
And I don't want to rush, and there's some spotty weather around because it's the Christmas winds time, so we're trying to pick, and there's also a little bit of a shakeout sail for us still as well. So we're trying to pick the best times to go. We need a pit stop in Martinique for some fancy pants supplies for Christmas. We're having some family over. So I don't know, just get some Wi-Fi, check the place out quickly. No rush, no fuss, no muss, just scout the place out so when we come back we know what we want to check out. I've got my kit, got my toys. I'm going to go dive on the anchor. I haven't done this in like 7 weeks.
Oh, more than.
More than 7 weeks?
Be lucky if I can do 10 feet.
Khiara's just backing up on the anchor now. We'll see if it's will bite this time. So I wouldn't go as far as saying the hole in here is great, but it took a bite and we got set. In other news, this is what we look like when we haven't just rolled out of a grease pit bilge. We're going ashore. We're going to go be tourists. We're going to go try and blend amongst cruise ships.
Yeah, and I've heard they have croissants here, so this will also be one of my things for the day. I really, really, really want a croissant. I'm hanging out for an almond croissant.
Also, we haven't had breakfast.
Yeah. All right, go.
Okay, Ray, so what's happened?
So we arrived at Dallas Airport
Yep.
on the flights that they all gave us. By the time we went through baggage collect, security check, went from one terminal to the other terminal, we were probably about 45 minutes out of whack, and we didn't stop at one point. So we've now got the original flight tickets to Houston, our maybe flight ticket at 4:30, and our definite rebooking one at 8:30, and it's now 2:30 now. So although we spent 3 hours in the airport this morning before we left, we're probably going to spend about 5 hours in the airport now.
So it's been shoeless hobos for so long that we've just completely taken off from the boat into a new town and left our shoes behind. So looks like we're doing Bequia barefoot for the first day.
What are you doing?
Just checking the
weather, figuring out the next move north.
Oh my god, this French toast smells so delicious.
Are these ripe?
Yeah,
Or are these ones like this one? Oh wow, look at that.
push it down.
Push it down, push your tongue in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Give you some.
Oh, thank you.
Come and try.
Yeah, when you're here, man, just feel at home, man.
Feel at home? Thank you, brother. So where does all this fruit come from? Is this from your garden? Up in the hills?
St. Vincent.
Oh, St. Vincent.
We have decided we were going to have a rest day yesterday at about 5 p.m. and then Adam woke up and he was like, let's go sailing. So we're going to head up further up north, and even now we're thinking, well, maybe we should just do the whole full hog all the way up to Martinique, which is about 95 miles. We will assess at around lunchtime though, but right now it is like awesome, perfect sailing conditions, and it's really, I don't know, I'm happy to go sailing today. I think it'll be a good day of sailing. Sexy gloves, babe.
It's so small, I can't get my hand in.
That one's probably my glove and the other one's probably your glove. We do actually have gloves, sailing gloves, we just never usually wear them unless we're taking out the anchor.